quiet, cagey, devoid of some real quality throughout the game, and one in which you could say that the sharing of the points is justified on the performance. Hey guys, it's your boy JT, and welcome back to another episode of South Stand Stories. We're going to be going through that Leeds United versus Manchester United game. If you do end up enjoying the video, then smash a like as always, but let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight into the meat of the action. So yeah lads, where to start? It was really quite a cagey game, like I said. First half, it wasn't too much going on. Rashford had a chance right at the beginning. He was played through, dodgy touch, ends up slicing it wide. We created a fair bit. We got on the ball a bit. We were getting the ball in and around their 18-yard box, but we weren't really creating that penetrating pass, that cutting edge that was required to break them down. Wasn't really there, except from that one chance we did have, 90th minute. The ball's whipped in. I believe it's Alioski who crosses it in, and how that was not a penalty, I will never understand. The ball's going through, Costa's at the back stick, easy tap in if it comes to him, and it smashes Luke Shaw hand on the way through. Shaw his hands to the side. Sure, you could say it's a somewhat natural position, but it blocks the motion of the ball, which was going to Costa, therefore denying a clear goal-scoring opportunity, so should have clearly been a penalty. However, with VAR, look, at the end of the day, VAR, no one really likes it. What football fan really likes it? Look, this whole area of European Super League should be a time to discuss other areas in the game, which the fans don't really care for. VAR being one of them, it just allows for more scripting and more favourable action towards the big six, and I feel like that's exactly what that was today. Terrible decision, and the refereeing in general, I wouldn't say it was very good. It wasn't of a very good quality. The Man United players were hitting the deck every 2 seconds. Bruno Fernandes, anytime a fly hit his bloody shin, he was on the floor. It was unbelievable, and the referee was buying it every single time. And like I said, not really too much else happened in the rest of the half. Dallas had a nice shot from outside of the area, but again, straight down the middle of the goal, and then it was just the two sides really feeling each other out, trying to get that little bit of creativity going. Like I said, not a whole lot of quality in the game. Then there was a big bit of quality. 45th minute, just before the break, Marcus Rashford gets a free kick on the edge of the area and whipped it top bins. It had dip on it, it had a bit of movement, it was swerving to the side, and Meslier, he was alert, he was sharp, got his hand to it. Brilliant save from the guy. Fair enough, it's a save he should be making. We all know he should be making the save, but nonetheless, that doesn't take away from the fact that it was still a good save and one that required high levels of skill and concentration, which is something that he has been criticised for this season, is his lack of concentration in key areas. So that was very good to see from him. Not only was that good to see from him, but again, the set pieces, he was catching the balls. I could not believe it. He's really turned a page. He's catching the balls. He's showing so much more authority from set pieces now, and that's probably why we're not conceding so many corners anymore. In combination with Virgil van Strooijk's aerial ability at the back there, the fact that Meslier seems to have turned the leaf, it's really giving us a lot more stability back there, and it's allowing us a bigger base to build off. Look, everyone said, oh, Leeds have a terrible, leaky defence. At the end of the day, we played Man City, Liverpool and Man United, and we conceded 2 goals in 3 games. That's not bad. That really is not bad. We also have more clean sheets than Chelsea and Arsenal. So I don't know what this whole criticism of our defence is. I think it's lazy punditry, lazy journalism, if you ask me. But nonetheless, speaking of Arsenal, actually, we did just go above them with this result. So, you know, creeping up to Europe? Absolutely not, unfortunately. But nonetheless, still up into 9th place. Cue the second half. Again, it starts off a bit cagey at the beginning, but there's a few more chances here. There's a little bit more injection of quality. The ball comes through to Bruno Fernandes. That was probably their big chance around the 50th minute mark. Inside the box, it had a lot of space. Thinking about it, Wan-Bissaka took on a couple of players, plays him in, and he's got acres. I don't know how we let him that unmarked inside the 18-yard box. But he does shank the shot wide. Thankfully, I mean, you'd bet your bottom dollar on him at least getting a shot on target there. It was a really good position from him. Thankfully, he missed. Couple minutes later, ball goes through Calvin Phillips from near the halfway line with an absolute peach of a ball. He's so good at these balls. It's very similar to the one against Liverpool, first game of the season, to assist Jack Harrison, where he just slices through it and it goes diagonally across the pitch. Plays the diagonal, falls perfectly into Costa's path, takes it down, runs forward. Takes too long to release the shot, in my opinion. Should have released it earlier. In the end, Wan-Bissaka gets a foot to it and it deflects just over the bar. That was probably what our second or third best chance of the game. Really got me off the edge of the seat there. Thought we could have nicked a goal, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. And after that, again, there really wasn't much. It was end-to-end. From about the 70th minute, it was very end-to-end. But the final ball from both teams just were not there. Thankfully, it wasn't there for them. But the amount of times I saw Wan-Bissaka, McTominay, or Fernandes on the edge of the box just failing to put that killer pass through was unbelievable. Apart from once, there was one big chance I forgot about. Dan James ran through Alioski with a peach of a tackle right at the perfect time. If he doesn't make that interception challenge there, then you know what, Dan James is through and he could have scored because it was a great opportunity for him. And then we went up the other end, but Mateusz Klich, man, we get the ball there, he runs through, he's running through on goal and he just completely makes a mess of it. He cuts back onside onto his weaker foot and it's just a tamed effort through the middle of the goal. He looked tired, man. He'd just come on the pitch. Mateusz Klich, he didn't look sharp today. Did not look sharp today one bit. I'll tell you who did though. Phillips and Llorente. Oh, what a combination. Phillips, again, he's just always in the right place at the right time. He was man-marking Hernandez out of the game. And not only was he man-marking Fernandes, but when he wasn't on Fernandes, he was back there making vital interceptions, blocking Rashford from going through, blocking Greenwood from going through a couple of times. He was absolutely everywhere today, on the ball, off the ball. Like I said yesterday, I said it's time for him to show up. It's time for him to show them who he is, show them who's boss, and he showed the pure Yorkshire Pirlo today. Llorente, again, very similar to his Man City performance, commanding. He was good on the ball. He offered calmness at the back there. You know, he manages to get the ball with his first touch and take it away from defenders, alleviate pressure. He does that so well, and he did that phenomenally again today. And he was vital in keeping us that clean sheet, if you ask me. Struijk also played his part, as did Alioski and Ayling, but I think Llorente was the standout performer for me. Up front, I don't think we offered too much. Patrick Bamford, he was pretty weak today. He wasn't really getting on the ball that much. He wasn't creating a lot of opportunity off the ball either. It was a weak performance from him. Jack Harrison, again, I don't think Jack Harrison covered himself in glory too much. He wasn't too effective going up there, and that is why, of course, he did get taken off for Poveda, who I was calling for, who showed a few sprinkles of magic, but it looked like he was lacking a bit of strength there, and he was lacking a bit of confidence to actually get the ball past Wan-Bissaka in the end, who ended up going on the left-hand side. And when he was on the other side again, it looked like Luke Shaw had the beating of him quite a few times there, and he just wasn't quite connecting. Costa, I would say, was actually probably one of our best attackers. He was actually really growing into the game in the second half, and maybe he could have nicked it if he did stay on the pitch. Unfortunately, as soon as Jack Harrison gets taken off for Poveda, I was calling it. I said, you know, I'll probably take Jack Harrison off because Costa's looking lethal. Boom, couple minutes later, Wan-Bissaka goes and superplexes him. How this isn't a red card or a yellow card or either, it was given nothing. He superplexes him, grabs him by the waist, throws him over, and then his spine lands on the back of Wan-Bissaka and injures his back. Again, nothing given, bemusing, but we move. I digress. And apart from that, once Costa came off, we didn't really have too much going for us up there. Ayling burst through a couple of times. You had a couple of half chances. The ball was scrambling around the edge of the area, but nothing cutting edge. But at the end of the day, does it really matter? We didn't get beaten by the scum. We would have loved to beat them. Of course I would have loved to beat them. I was going crazy during that game with anticipation. I really felt like we could nick something out of the game. Wasn't meant to be, unfortunately. And if you told me 3 match weeks ago that we would get 5 points out of 9 in the dreaded 3 fixtures and only concede 2 goals, so go undefeated, only concede 2 goals against Man City, Liverpool and Manchester United, I think me and every other Leeds fan would have bitten your hand clean off. So we cannot complain with this result. We cannot complain with the results in general. Undefeated in our past 6. You know, we're really building some momentum, building some mojo we could take into the next season with the right additions. And we're you know, no defeats in the past 3 games against 3 Super League clubs. So is the Super League all that? Or have they just got a bunch of frauds in there? You decide. But anyway, I'm very interested to see what you guys have to say about that. What did you think? What did you think of the performance? Were you disappointed in our lack of creativity? Were you, on the other hand, impressed with how well we defended? Because we were very resolute. We were quick to the ball. We were pressing them on the attack. And then when it did come back, we were filling in the gaps and really stopping them from exploiting us. Everyone says, oh, we're the perfect team for Man United to play against because we leave gaps were open, this and that. They did get through a couple of times with the man-to-man marking system. Of course, that's always going to be a danger if someone does make a run off them. If there is a Fernandes who is good at dribbling with the ball, then that can happen and they will get through a couple of times. That did happen. Dan James was let through a couple of times. Greenwood was let through a couple of times. And Rashford was let through once or twice. Again, Rashford, though, he wasn't fit. He wasn't fit. And if he was fit, maybe it could have been a bit more dangerous. I heard that he hadn't trained all week and that he's actually carrying an injury. So it was good that he wasn't at full match fitness, I'll tell you that much. And then Cavani came on in the end for Rashford, but Cavani, he was causing danger, I can't lie. His movement is lethal, and it was scaring me a bit, but because we had Robin Koch also back there, it kind of helped to nullify that threat. And we managed to see the game off pretty well. Like I say, no, it was a pretty boring game, wasn't it? You know, that's where you need the fans there. That's where you need the fans at Ellen Road going absolutely ballistic. It would have completely changed the complexity of the game. I can guarantee it. It felt a bit nonplus at times during the game, but still, nonetheless, managed to get a point, and that's all you can really ask for. But what did you guys think of it? Were you impressed with the performance? Were you annoyed? Who did you think the key performers were? How do you feel about Costa being potentially injured now? Because we still don't have Raphinha. Raphinha was a big miss. If Raphinha was playing, could have been a different story if you ask me. He has quality to open up anyone on their day. And not having Costa and Raphinha could be very dangerous, especially as Jack Harrison is showing slightly suspect form right now. So what do you think about that one? That's my question. If you're a Man United fan, what did you think of the game? What did you think of the fact that you're overplaying Rashford, potentially playing him through injuries? Did you think Fernandes was all that today? Do you think he should have started Pogba or Van de Beek? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And just fans in general, what did you think of the game? And what did you think of the performances from the two sides? But nonetheless, thank you ever so much for watching. I'm going to get this up as soon as possible for you and then go and watch that Carabao Cup final. But thank you ever so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, then of course a like would always be appreciated. And hey, you're a Leeds fan, you're a Man United fan, you're a fan of football, fighting, whatever. Check out my channel. I do make a lot of other content. You may just like some of it. If you do like some of it, then hey, maybe subscribe. If you don't, then hey, no worries. I'll leave you there. But anyway, even if you don't subscribe, I still thank you very much for watching. I still love you. And hey, let's get a bit of a discussion going in the comment section down below. Or my Discord. You know, check out the Discord. I'd love to speak to some of you guys there. You know, really get a feel for what you guys are thinking. Let's build a bit of a community here. A community of like-minded, forward-thinking football fans. Pioneers of the game. The drillers. Alright, let's build the community. Let's keep it going strong. Let's destroy the whole scene. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.